Hello everyone, this is Matt from Real World Review, and yes, that title is true. UPS and Apple are pranking me. I don't know why. I paid a decent amount of money to Apple, and UPS is generally a good company. But I guess things do happen. But let's get to the microphone, and let me tell you about what has happened so far, and what I think is going to happen in the future, because it's not done yet. So for me, this video is kind of difficult because I don't really know what to talk about because I didn't plan on having to make this type of video, but here we are. Originally, I wanted to make like an April Fool's video. I had this idea in my head, but it was going to take a lot of work and going to be kind of a pain to do. So maybe I'll do it next year or the year after. But this year, I'm going to talk about how I was April Fooled, or however that goes, like I just told you. And it's funny because this morning I saw the whole thing with OnePlus wanting to charge almost $11,000 for a phone. So kind of makes sense that tech is just not working properly. I don't know. But either way, let's go back to January 30th when I ordered this MacBook Pro. It was a fully spec'd out MacBook Pro 16-inch. It's a lot of money and it's going to take a lot of work to pay that off, but I also didn't think that I would have to wait this long for the computer. At the time of this recording, it's literally been 2 months and 1 day since I ordered it, which is technically fine because it says that it's supposed to arrive between March 25th and April 7th. But from what I can see, it's very strange. When I go on to Apple's website, it says that it's out for delivery. When I check on the app, it says it's going to arrive between this time and that it's been shipped. And worst of all, when I check UPS, it tells me this. Okay, that's fine. Maybe it's on its way. But they also tell me that there's no information about when my computer is going to get here. Okay, nothing to really worry about. The major issue about that is earlier this week it says it was going to arrive on Monday, which it was coming into Kentucky, and I didn't think that that was going to be possible, and obviously it wasn't. But later that day, on the 28th, it said, out for delivery. Perfect. It's coming from Oakland, California. It's kind of far from where I am for just like a normal truck delivery, but I've also seen it where it's like a 45-minute drive and they're delivering stuff, like if it's FedEx or something. Sometimes it's coming out of Fairfield, which is even farther than that. So I thought, okay, that's cool. Maybe I'll receive it. I'm having it shipped to work, so maybe I'll have to stay a little bit longer. I don't know what's going on. So throughout the entire day, it says out for delivery. Eventually it gets to a point where I have to go home and I put up a sign saying that, hey, if you're going to deliver stuff, deliver it to my neighbor and let me know who it's delivered to, which is fair, I think. And later that night when I check the tracking, it says it's on its way to Oakland. I don't really know what that means because it's arrived in Oakland. Now, instead of saying out for delivery, it says it's on its way at the same time, which I guess is fair. But we are going on 4 days and it's still on its way from, technically, Kentucky to Oakland, which is not actually true because it already arrived in Oakland. So it's on its way from Oakland to Oakland and it's taken 4 days when it'll take me a 30-minute drive to go over there. The other issue is that unlike FedEx, which is a couple minutes from where I live, I can't just go to their sorting facility and pick it up. I can go to the FedEx one, but I cannot go to the UPS one. The biggest issue for me, when I call UPS to see what's going on, they tell me exactly what it says on the website. But the main thing that they asked me is they said, this is coming from Apple, right? And I told them, yes, it's coming from Apple. That is a huge red flag for me. You should not know where something is being shipped, especially because Apple doesn't say Apple. It'll say whatever sorting facility or some random letters, pretty much coming from China, coming to America. Because they chose UPS, that doesn't mean that it's coming from Apple. It just means it's a company being shipped here. But that's the biggest red flag, because if the customer service person knows, guaranteed the person who is delivering it also knows. And another thing from what I've seen is that Apple will actually put the serial number on the outside of the box and, will say like it has a battery in it. So like legal stuff they have to put on the box to let people know that it is technically a hazard. But that does set it up to let people know that this is worth something. And of course, this computer is worth a lot of money. And while I was on the phone with them, once I told them that it was from Apple, they put me on hold for a little bit, and then they came back to me and said, anything that happens, you have to go through Apple to file a claim. Which is fine. All of this is fine with me. If it gets lost, it has nothing to do with me because it's not trying to be delivered to me. But when I call Apple, they say that I have to wait until the 31st, which is technically the day that I'm recording. But I told them, should I just wait for the 1st? And if I don't receive it, then I'll give them a call. That's what they told me to do. So that's what I'm going to do today. The thing is, I don't want to wait until the middle of May to get the computer that I ordered at the end of January. That is outrageous to me. And I think that's the most frustrating part about all of this, is that now it's been put on to me as if it's my fault. Everything is all messed up. I don't want to cancel the order. That is the worst thing about all of this, is I don't want to cancel the order. I want the computer, obviously. I'm using a MacBook Air. I want the computer. It's just some situation that I'm going through, and it's kind of frustrating. But hopefully it does get delivered. And if it does get delivered, I'm probably just going to delete this video and remove this video. And anyone who sees it, good job. It's awesome. Thank you for the support, because it could only be up for a couple days. But if this video is still up here, it's because I need money to pay off the computer that I'm going to have to wait another 2 months for. Fun. But regardless of anything, there's probably going to be a follow-up video about this, and I'm definitely going to talk about this in the review when I do get the computer, because another thing is, if you want to be green, if you want to be awesome for the environment like Apple says that they are, I think you want to do overnight shipping. That way it goes from one place to another the quickest and travels the least distance. So then your carbon footprint is a lot smaller, because if you go from Shanghai, China to San Francisco, California, or Oakland, California for that matter, rather than going to Korea and then Alaska and then going to Kentucky and then going to California, you're definitely going to use less energy, and it's definitely going to be better on the environment. But what do I know? But that's all that I have for now. It is technically March 31st. So April 1st hasn't happened, so we'll technically see what happens today, being the day that this is posted. Hopefully someone figures something out, and hopefully I don't have to wait another 2 months for a MacBook if it did get stolen. Anyways, if it did not get stolen, look forward to a few of those videos, because I'll have the MacBook and I'll be able to do a review and all these other videos I don't want to do, because it's going to take a lot of views to pay off that computer. But either way, hope you enjoyed this video. Hopefully you learned something. And as always, thanks for watching.